And we're live.
Okay then. All right. Well, hi. Welcome to our video. My name is Roger. I'm here with Tagg, my co-host of the channel. And if you're looking for an affordable home, we've got one to review today. It's located in Graysville, Alabama. Now, this is a foreclosure home, which is different than the majority of the ones we've done so far. I think we've got pretty close to 60 videos, and maybe this is the third, possibly even just the second one. Anyway, you're going to want to do some Googling on that, some research, and just, even though the price is listed at $35,000, I think that may be the minimum bid that they're accepting for it. And that's the extent of my knowledge of foreclosure. So with that in mind, let's tackle the house. Brief description: it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with 1,578 square feet. It's a pretty decent sized house for up to a family of 4, I would say. You wouldn't be cramped at all, I don't think. It's on just under an acre size lot, so it's 0.92 acres, which I think is great. We're looking at, I'm sorry, it's a single family home. As I said, it was built in 1950. And we're looking at it on the realtor.com website, where there are 15 photos. And I'm going to hand things off to Tagg and let her introduce the house to us. So thank you very much. And we'll see you down the way.
Yes. So 35,000. That's a nice price point. I am kind of worried about the interior for that amount. Hopefully it's not too bad. So
this might be a good time to remind our viewers, if you haven't seen a video before, the way we work together is I will normally bring the houses to the video. So the only notification Tagg has that we're doing this particular home is about 30 minutes before we start. I send her the address, so she generally does not take a look at the photos, and generally I do. So sometimes she gets surprised, and sometimes that's pretty amusing for us both, which is why we haven't done anything differently, because it can be fun. So anyway, she has cause for concern. It needs some work inside. So that being said,
yeah.
I'll stop interrupting you, let you proceed.
Okay. I do like the fact that it is like halfway. It's like the earth is also incorporated with the home. So it kind of reminds me of like the caveman days, where you find a cave and you build your home, or a chunk of mountain or something, a hill or something, and you just dig until you have shelter. But I like the way how they're using the land to incorporate it with the house. Now I can tell that there are some structural problems with the structure of the house. And so, of course, the roof is a concern. Also, this front part of the home, where you have the wall that's supporting the tree on the left-hand side, and it's right under that front window there. I see some issues to be concerned about. Anytime you have these containment walls, you definitely want to get an extra inspection for foundation repair, okay, or any type of foundation issues that could possibly come up. So we're going to stay on the exterior pictures and kind of go from there. But I am liking the way how this home is looking on the outside. I mean, you need a little bit of paint for the siding or just power wash the front here. But I believe it could be something, that you can create, um, get memories in. And so here we have a side yard. You have nice grown trees here. And apparently, I have a co host that wants to join today. This is Gidget. And she has a little fresh cut here. She's getting better with the haircuts. We don't fight as much anymore, but she could use a brushing. Um, I think she finally realizes that I'm stronger than her. So she doesn't fight me too much. But anyway, back to the video. I do like that there's some nice, healthy plant trees surrounding the foundation. Oh, so sorry for the interruption. Her sister Bama has to do everything that she does. So she wanted to get in my lap. Now Bama wants to get in my lap. So anyway, here we go. Um, okay, we have a side porch. That needs some tending too, you know, but it's already there. I would definitely get the HVAC up to par, $35,000. You can get a brand new one. For the price of the home of being $35,000, you can get a brand new one, HVAC system, or go with mini splits. Whatever is going to be more feasible for you. You definitely have options these days versus what we had just 10 years ago. So I would go ahead and do some upgrades to the patio. I'd put in a new patio, power wash this back, probably paint over it. If possible, depending on what's on the other side of this door, I would go ahead and make this a double door. Get rid of this hanging,
Awning.
yes, awning, and just incorporate either some umbrellas on the porch or maybe an extended roof up here to kind of give some shade to that porch in the back. Yep. Any comments?
Who, me? Of
Yeah.
course. I've always got something to say. I'm full of opinions. But I'm with you on just about all of that. The only thing I think I may do, just because it's my personal preference, is try to establish a zone that has shaded, on the patio, and then another part that has sun. Nothing really complex or anything. Just I like to be able to do, one when it's favorable and the other when it's not.
Right. I totally agree with that. Absolutely. I think I would extend this porch though. I mean,
Make it full width.
yeah, make it a full width of the back of the house. Yeah, you have all this land around you. I wouldn't want to cheap out on the outdoor living area. So I would just I would extend it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that looks about to be the end of the outside photos. So we're going to jump on over to the kitchen. Looks like we only have one view of the kitchen, which is a shame. Um, Maybe we'll see more in the more photos. But I would renovate this kitchen. I'm not really understanding why they have these,
Support beams.
yeah, support beams. I'd go ahead and put that in the ceiling. Um,
Yeah, they're really inconveniently placed.
yeah, they are. Can you?
um,
Oh, it's hard to tell if it's like right in front of the dishwasher. I mean, here's the other one, support beam, like right in front of the stove. So where the stove would go, that would be irritating for me.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's my thought that, and I'm no engineer, of course, but it's my thought that because there's a window kind of in a line for those support, where those support beams are at. They probably had a hard time making something work where the where the support could have gone and then was
Mm,
anchored on the end, I guess, of the room. So you'd almost have to put a support beam, above the window,
right.
and then have it, support those two beams, a second beam to support those vertical posts that you've got in the
Hmm.
kitchen.
Hmm.
That would take some money and some work. It really would. But that would be the only way to make this even remotely ideal. And I would not want to do anything to take away from that beautiful window in the
Right.
kitchen. So, yeah, that's
Hmm.
me. I,
Yeah.
I think we need to enlist a structural engineer to design a plan for us to do us, or like
The homeowner.
the homeowner. Thank you. Yes, got tongue tied. Yes, but I think that that's important enough to have it done right, and that would be the approach I would take. Contact one, have them design a plan, and then just work the plan, and
Yeah.
that could do away with those two and give you a more what traditional kitchen without, I don't know what to call these. They're not optimal.
Right.
Anyway, back to you.
I agree with that. Because we don't have a floor plan, it's hard to determine what the dimensions of the room is. But the from just going off of the picture, doesn't the ceilings look kind of short?
Yeah, I don't think they're really tall ceilings.
Yeah.
If those if the countertop on those base cabinets is normal counter height, then you don't have tall ceilings above it.
Hmm.
So chances are they're six or I don't think they make them as low as 6 feet, but maybe seven. Sir, I don't even think they're 8 foot ceilings, if that,
Hmm.
just barely.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if it's like an optical illusion that
Let's look at some more
that they.
photos to see if we can get a better perspective on it before I
Okay.
keep running
Yeah.
my mouth.
But I definitely see like stairs going down to the kitchen. So um, maybe if you dig it out a little bit more, I don't
Could
know.
be
I'm
that,
reaching here.
like
The
some people
floor.
do with their basements.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a pretty clever idea. Yeah,
Yeah. But
and because of the way it was built and what's around it, when you're commenting on the where the ground is at and all that, I think it kind of makes it a sort of a split level type home. So you would have different levels, so to speak. This
hmm.
is just an example of it. Anyway, I'll shut up so you can continue on.
Okay. So let's see here. We're going to go over to more photos. And um, this could be a living area. I don't think it's a bedroom, but I can't tell if that's carpet or concrete floor.
I was going to ask you about that because I'm unsure too. I don't see any indication of any type of what would you call it with carpet? Not grain, but I mean texture to it. So I guess it really
Yeah.
is just concrete. That's my
Okay.
guess.
Okay. All right. Uh, let's see here. Here's a bedroom. Yeah, I would definitely do something about that HVAC. I'm not liking the way how this looks right here. This screen's alarming.
Yeah, that when
Return.
those return air vents get like that, you really just need to take them to the car wash and spray the heck out of them, and then once it's dry, give it a nice fresh coat of spray paint, or spend a few dollars and buy a new grill.
Right.
Because that
Yeah.
just screams ugly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Um, it does. It's either time or it's money, on what you're going
Exactly.
to decide on what you're going to do here. Is the whole house pink?
Is the whole house pink? Everything we've seen so far has been right.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, I would remodel this bathroom. This is just not working for me. Um, you have all this space here that is basically useless to me, the way how this is. I would rearrange this shower tub combo and have it go along the diagonal wall. Um, this back wall here,
You and
and
I have talked about that before. Yeah, that would be the way to go.
yeah, a double sink combo going on. Um, I would probably put it on this wall, place it over here on this wall because this looks really solid. And then I would do like some type of shallow linen closet that's like long, the width of the wall on this side. But I'd probably even move the toilet as well. This looks just kind of different.
And not in a good way. And you can tell by that tape over the seat and the lid that it's been
Yeah.
winterized. So you want to um, take proper precautions when you have the water turned back on. Make sure you don't have any leaks or anything.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And with this being in Alabama, I mean, having the plumbing on the other side of the wall, uh, if it was a colder climate like Chicago or something like that, I wouldn't have plumbing on the outside wall, exterior wall like that. However, um, with this being Alabama, I think you could get away with it just to have what you really want created in this bathroom. And depending on what's on the other end of the wall, I would move some walls around too. So
Yeah, you would.
yeah, I mean the price point is 35,000. So um, if you're going to be there a while, you might as well speak to a professional um, home engineer or construction engineer. Have them draw up a blueprint of what your dream home would be like, and just start with that and create a budget for yourself. Some things you might knock off the list, but at least you're not going to be mortgaged up to your eyeballs and still have to make the same renovation repairs. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, going on to the next photo, this kind of looks like maybe they took out a wall here to make this room larger. Really don't blame them there. But I'd go ahead and finish it off and, make this all one color, either panel or paint. Me personally, I would do paint. I'm not a big fan of paneling unless it's a natural wood. Um, but, that can get very costly, very expensive. Any comments?
Um, yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. I think the first photo of that longish looking room, I think this is the reverse angle of that room, what we're
Ah,
looking at
okay.
right now. With that being said, it is kind of weird the way most of it's painted walls, and then they've got some paneling on a portion of it, which may be just about a third of the room. I'm not sure. And
Hmm.
I'm also not sure if this door that we can see is that main entry door or not. I'm trying to see that window that to us is to the left. Um, when you look at the photo the first photo of the house, that doorway does not have this window
Mhm.
to the right of it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was the back of the window because or the back of the home,
Uh-huh.
where the porch is located because
But that porch is on the side, actually.
the porch is on the side. Let's
Yeah,
see.
because if you look at the roof line here, it's
Oh,
see how
yeah.
the roof is pointing, or not pointing, but I mean it's not oriented this way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Huh.
Anyway, for what it's worth.
Does do you think that maybe this is a photo of another home? Are we looking at the same?
No,
That
no,
just
it makes
seems
sense
so
for me. It's just
random.
this is just a different doorway. Like a lot of homes, they've got two doors into the house. I just think this
Okay.
one's the one maybe that goes to the outside to that exterior patio on the side.
Uh-huh.
And if not, then
Okay.
I'm all out of ideas.
I think I beat you to the punchline of a lot of ideas because this I get what you're saying, but this door just doesn't seem to fit what we saw outside. So anyway, it definitely looks like you need some ceiling repair here.
Something's going on
But
there, huh?
yeah, I wouldn't rule out just gutting this house and starting from scratch. I really wouldn't. So we have more of the same thing. And then we have a bedroom. Um, hmm. We have another exterior door. It doesn't look like it's this door here.
I think you're right. Yeah, maybe that is the inside of the front door. Kind of hard to tell. It's seen through the door opening of the room
Mhm.
that the pictures of. But once you advance to the next photo, we finally have a room that is not painted the same color of the rest of the house. That's nice.
Yeah.
Neither one of these are going to be my optimal colors.
Yeah. The thing for paint. um, this looks like a dining room. It would be nice to have a floor plan because I am so confused. I'm pretty confused at this point. Um, so here's a side bedroom. I remember seeing the window unit on one of the exterior pictures.
Okay.
So, hmm.
You know what's weird?
Oh, uh huh.
This is a 3-bedroom home. I didn't see a single bedroom closet. I didn't even see like a hall closet, like a living room would have, like for coat closet, a linen closet. Not a single closet in any of these photos in this house.
None.
I'm
None.
sure that we're not dealing with a real estate listing agent that is closet hater. I mean, I don't really think that's a thing. It's just it turned out that way, and I noticed it because
Yeah.
usually sometimes we can't tell what's going on in some of these photos, and having the closet in view helps us to identify bedrooms and things like that.
Hmm.
Not in this.
No.
Still, though, you know, at the price point, I would be all over it if given this, if my circumstances align to make this house work for me.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and honestly, you can live in it from day one. I mean, it's looks like it would be usable, functional, unless once you get in, you find that. Sorry, I'm taking over.
No. Go ahead.
Um, well, when Tagg and I show these homes, we actually make an assumption that one or more of the four systems in a home are compromised. They're either, needing to be replaced or repaired heavily. And that is, of course, the roof. And the reason we always mention roof first is because that is the one thing that'll prevent you from getting homeowners insurance, which will also prevent you from getting a mortgage. So if you cannot get homeowners insurance, mortgage company's not going to give you a mortgage. So you got to have a functional roof. You got to structure purchase so that the roof is at closing, is usable or going to be remedied, or hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. But then the other things are, of course, your HVAC. Tagg touched on that. Either replace the existing one or use mini splits. Because of the size of the house, it may not be optimal for mini splits. I know the newer ones allow you to have a drop-in cassette in the ceiling, and you can have multiple ones of those go into a single outside unit. So that's a thing now with mini splits, which gives you a lot more flexibility with using them. Then other than that, it's electrical and plumbing. There's not a lot of would you call it red flags, or I guess um, with plumbing in general, as long as it's copper lines, don't have to do that much to remedy a house that you bought. Actually, a house that Tagg and I bought that was built in the 50s, was it? The house in Irving had some galvanized supply lines. And, when we cut those supply lines out, some of them were almost fully obstructed with sediment and stuff.
Yeah.
Water could barely flow through them. It was really kind of eye-opening,
Yeah.
because I had not actually experienced that before in other houses. So we were, doing some modifications, some repairs, and some upgrades to the house, and we redid stuff for both bathrooms and the kitchen. And so that was what we're up against. But in general, plumbing's not often so bad, as long as you don't have leaks, and you can find that out really quickly. You turn the water on, make sure all your valves are turned off, and if that meter's still moving, you got a leak somewhere. I mean, it's pretty cut and dried. Electric's different because some houses have aluminum wiring. Some really old houses, which this one is not one of, have what's called knob and tube wiring. Neither one of those was actually determined to be safe after they were installed as time went by. So if you've got that with any house that you buy, and chances are not this house, because of the years that those kind of things were commonly used. But if you do find it in a house, you want to remedy that for your own personal safety. Anyway, I'll stop now, unless you're ready to go to the street view and the maps. Tagg.
Yes, I'm ready to go to the street view and the maps. Looking at the exterior pictures, I'm just I am like thoroughly confused how this setup is. I would make an appointment just to see the home, just to untangle my brain. Um, yeah,
Well, if
because
it's in northern Alabama, it's not too far, right?
yeah, it's not too far. Uh, let's see here, street view, and we don't. Oh, okay, open street view. Well, that's different. Okay, let's see what we got
I just
here.
love it when your screen turns white.
Yeah, ticking. It's thinking. So we might have to come back to that. We don't want it to be an hour show. Just from it Hmm. Okay. Well. Oh, here we go. We have something. And drum roll, please. Here we go. All right. So what we got here? Is that a? I don't know what this is over to the right. Uh, oh, it's just another structure. Okay, so I wonder if this is a garage or maybe
Where's your
just another
cursor at?
dwelling. To the right.
The only thing I'm seeing is what I think is the house itself. I'm not seeing another structure. I see a dark shaded spot, but I don't think that's a structure, if that's what you're
It's right
referring
in
to.
on the. Let me see what you're seeing because I'm on a different screen. Okay, so it's right over here. Do you see where my cursor is?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but I've learned to
All right.
trust.
Well,
I trust you. I know you're not leading me down the wrong path. So I just, you know, boomer eyes.
okay. All right. Well, I see another structure because it has a
That's
window
fine.
and
Well,
it's
it's a street view, so
it's over
let's do some more moving around.
to the right. Okay, so it looks like it's off of a main road. Maybe not too main, but uh, the neighborhood looks decent so far of what I see. I think my screen is a little frozen here, and yeah, so that house just really needs some TLC. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a look at the map, and huh, it looks like we don't have a map.
Well, usually at this point in our videos, Tag allows me to thank you guys for showing up to watch our video and tell you that we appreciate it, which we do. Um, and in case you weren't aware, we started this channel actually just a little over a couple of months ago, and we've recorded almost 60 videos, and they're almost all very affordable. And that is the point of it, to help get the word out that the average median price home, medium home price, excuse me, I got tongue tied there, which while is $400, across the United States and above, there's plenty of homes out there that with some sweat equity and some creativity in the design, you can purchase and still own your own home. That's important to me because I've had an opportunity to buy homes before. Tag and I have bought together and done things to them. And ironically, on at least one occasion, we weren't real happy with the outcome when we were finished and sold it and bought a different house. But and those kind of things do happen. But it saddens me that younger people today that are in the position where we were in our 30s or late 20s. I don't want them to think that they cannot buy a home. I want to put my own efforts into helping them find a way to buy a home, and that's what this channel has become. So we're not actually the ones that find these homes most of the time. We're seeing them on other YouTube channels, which has come up in comments a couple of times. We're not telling people, look at this house we found. That is not what we're doing. We're just wanting to share with people what we would do with a house that somebody else has found, if that makes sense. A house that's being sold for 35,000 is not the home that most people would want to move into and live in as is. It would require certain repairs and improvements. And so that's what we spend our time talking about. I have my opinion. Tagg has her own. Often they're wildly different. And so we're both entertained by that, I think. And so that's the purpose of our channel. We wish you the very best of luck in your home buying journey. And I'm going to shut up now so that Tagg can do what she does to close out our videos. Thanks for being here.
Do you have any extra pair of sunglasses?
Mm-mm. Okay, so thank you for that explanation. And like you said, we just want to help people find something that they're not going to become a prisoner to. Um, you know, I moved around a lot growing up, and so um, it was a consistent transition, and to find a home that you can actually nest in and be there long term, to me, that's worth an investment. If you're only going to be there a short while, maybe a year or two, you might want to stick with a home at the current price median, which is like right around $400,000, $500,000. Or if you're going to be there a long time, think about what the house can become. If the yard is large enough, if the lot is large enough, you can always add on. You can add above, you can add on the sides, you can add on the back. As long as that front door doesn't move, you're good. You're good to go. And if you're wanting to have a family and be a part of the community, you can learn a lot about yourself and get the family involved in building a dream home, a home that you can grow in and you can be there and retire in and just live out your life. The more participation you have with the family and even with the extended family and the community, you can establish some roots in community, which I think that's what is missing in the world today is the lack of community. I mean, we're so exhausted from working our 9-to-5 jobs that we just go home and hibernate simply because we can't afford to do anything else, or you're just tired, exhausted. And so um, I've enjoyed working with Roger with his project and his vision, and it is making me rethink some of my future plans as well. And so, anything is possible, and it doesn't have to be so expensive to live. So anyway, I'd like to close this video out saying that your dream home might be one project away. Whether if you're into fixer-uppers or homegrown gardens, this channel is your go-to for real freedom through affordable living and homesteading. I'm all about homesteading. So if you have a property that you want to get the word out that you're selling, or you're looking for something in a particular area, we're more than happy to help get the word out. At the end of the day, it's all about people helping people. And so Can't get enough of that. Anyway, we will catch you next video.